Sometimes we come across a title on Google where we just have to click, it's just so enticing. Other times it's more like this. I have analyzed 1,200 titles across my sites and I've found some really good ideas that I want to share with you guys. X with Y features. And this is something I don't see a lot of people talk about, but I have a lot of success with. See here how it can also be applied to any niche. Best apps with filters like Snapchat. Best jeans for guys with big bellies. Sorry about that. 7 great bikes with big tires. They're just the coolest, I gotta get myself one of those. When you find some of these topics here that are underserved, you have a gold mine because it's super specific and something people really want to click, so you'll see very high click rates. Many times with these titles here, you can find something that people are looking for with specific features that no e-commerce store cared to make a filter for. I mean, who would create a filter for running shoes for elderly? But it's something that a lot of people would look for. But I want to say, if you find an e-commerce store that already made this filter, then just stay away from the topic. You can't beat an e-commerce store when people are looking for products. Then you just need to keep digging and find those that nobody created a filter for. And believe me, there are a lot of those in almost any niche. This type of title is a great alternative to the worn out best X for Y. In most niches you'll find that all the best X for Y type articles are already written. Now let me show you a little super simple tool that I use all the time for creating titles. It's found on wordcounter.net. It shows you the word count, the character count, and you can do some other pretty cool stuff with it. So let's say I was to write an article about if running shoes make you faster. Then I'll start with my first title here. Do running shoes make you faster? And then I can see I'm up to 32 characters, so I have some more to go here. So I can add some more. The whole story. Do running shoes really make you faster? So now I'm approaching the max limit here because I don't want to go over 60 characters. I can copy this here and make other variations that are the same length or shorter. Now I want to try and add this and maybe... And as soon as I'm happy with it, I'll just leave the one that I want to keep. And then you can go up here to case and title case. So now we have the first letter of each word capitalized, and that's how we like to do it for an American audience. So this tool here is completely free. I'm not sponsored by them, it's just a tool that I really like. But I want to say, before you decide on a title, you gotta check, because you don't want a title that's just similar to the first or the second one. You need to stand out, and many times you can drive a lot of traffic by ranking in position 2, 3 or 4 in Google if you come at it from another angle. If it's a big topic and you feel like you can squeeze in there toward the top, just go for it. But don't just copy what the other guys are doing. Now let's move on to talk about subheadings. Very underrated. I think there's a lot of magic in grabbing people's attention with really great subheadings as well. I see a lot of websites every month and so many of those have super boring subheadings that just cannot keep people on the page. They just want to skim toward the bottom and leave. Try to see every subheading on your site as a chance to get people back into your article, because they might just be about to leave and now you want to invite them back into the article. The best way to find these subheadings is really just to use your common sense. Before you turn to Google, just think about what would you want to find in this article. Don't just take what all the competitors are doing and just build it a little longer. Go in another direction. That's how you create something better and not just another copy. Each and every subheading should make sense for the reader without them having to look into the paragraph. It needs to be a full sentence that people really understand. You shouldn't have any subheadings that are just 1, 2 or 3 words because they're super boring. See it as an extension of that main headline up there and make them equally good. And don't start writing that article till you have a great outline that can keep people on the page. And then when you're done, reorder these subheadings to place the most interesting stuff toward the top so people see that you have the good stuff. 90% of your visitors have no clue who you are, so you have just a few seconds to grab their attention. Take good time to carefully write a great outline for each and every article. And don't just stuff related keywords and synonyms into your subheadings. It's not about ranking for as many keywords as possible. If you write the best possible article, then it will rank for a lot of different searches. It's just simple as that. A little word of caution here though. If you are in a super formal niche, let's say you are in car insurance or something else that's very serious, you might want to go easy with the clickbaity stuff in your titles. In those type of niches where there's a lot of stake, or if you're talking about high ticket items, you want to come across as a very serious site and also craft your titles to be more formal and serious. Before you hit publish, go over the table of contents and just see that you have a nice flow and that it makes sense, and then you're ready to click publish. If you have a website already with articles on it, you need to check your own data. You might find some really great titles in there that you can replicate. Something very niche specific that works really well for your site. When you have linked Search Console to Analytics to get this data, you'll get this new column here where you see the click-through rate, and this is a gold mine of data. You want to start by setting a filter here, so you only look at sessions with at least 200 page views. And now you look for the articles that get the most clicks, and then you can click these little pop-up icons here. That will open up the URL in a new window. So you might be wondering here, what's a good click-through rate? So for all ads in Google, the average is 3.17. That sounds super low, but it's actually the same for our organic traffic. Across a lot of sites that I've worked with, I see this click-through rate to be between 2 and 4, sometimes a little higher, but then you need to do a really good job. So the way this works is that the more underserved topics you have, the higher click rates, because if you have the only article on a topic, everybody will click on you. They don't want to go to the second or third result if it's not spot on. That's another good reason why it's worth your time to look for these underserved topics, even if it takes a lot of time and you can't really find them immediately, because they are just gold when it comes to click rates and getting people over to your site. Now that you know how to write the best titles, I suggest you watch this other video here on how to write the best possible content every time you sit down to write.